What have I learned from this? I learned I can't put that together or take it apart. Well, I could take it apart probably on the bed of my truck, but I couldn't put it together. And there's a reason for it. Hey, welcome back. So yeah, it's time to do another mod. And this one's a pretty big one. I'm not sure how complicated it's going to be for me to do this. I don't think it's going to be that hard, but I think it'll be a good addition to my pickup truck. And well, I think it'll be really cool. So let me show you what I'm going to do. There's the rock sliders I just put on. The goal now is I'm going to get rid of that tonneau cover right there and put a cap on. And not just any cap, I'm going to do a SmartCap. And let me show you what I mean by a SmartCap. This is the kit from SmartCap. And I can't remember the exact name of this SmartCap, but I bought it directly from them. I'm really excited to open this box up and see what we have in it. So let's give it a shot and see what this thing contains and see if it's really as good as they say it is. I've heard a lot of good reviews about this. All right, let's get this show on the road and let's see how this thing works out. I like this sort of stuff. I think it's going to be cool and I'm excited of what it's going to do for my truck.
Chattanooga, boy had $1 and a dime.
So I think the first thing that's interesting is this little message right here that says be smart and open me first. So yeah, I think we'll do that considering the amount of money I spent on this thing. Underneath here is the roof. I'll show you that real quick. That's the roof to the SmartCap. So we'll be getting to that soon, but I got to figure out how this thing goes together. So let's open this one first.
Been saving every penny for to make up through the fall. Working for that dog, but I never had it all.
Ooh,
Coming
parts.
around the river bank where the old train was going.
Wire harness.
The very next thing you hear from me, I've been talking to a boy.
Rubber. And a fitment guide. Clamps, my keys, and more rubber. Awesome. So one of the first things I need to do is remove the rails for my tonneau cover, and there's bolts right along there. It's no big deal. I'll loosen the bolts, take the tonneau cover off, and go from there. All right, the cover's off and I'm ready to get started with this thing and get my new topper put on. Woohoo! So let's see how this works out. Okay, so the first things it had me do was remove these storage nuts that are in 4 places around the edge. They said they're on there for transportation, for transporting it wherever. So I removed it. So the next thing is removing the side panel, left side panel from its box. So let's check this out. That's the left side panel.
Well, I left Chattanooga, boy had $1 and
Now one of the things it said to do was to assemble it upside down and have 4 people lift it into place. But this thing's supposed to be designed so I can take it apart in 15 minutes, have my bed back if I need it. So I guess the question is why can't I assemble it that way? So I'm gonna look through the instructions, see if I'm missing something. I don't want to screw up. I paid a lot of money for this thing. but I think we can assemble it on the bed of the truck and not have to have 4 people lift it in place. But let me go through the instructions. I'll get right back with you. So what I'm going to do now is remove all these, and I'm going to get them laid out on top of here so I can take a good look at them. Is all the parts unwrapped. I've got in the far end there, that's the left side. You got the rear panel, front panel, and then over there is the right panel. I just have that thing in its wrapper still since I don't have room to put it up here. Well, we're getting there. So one of the first things I got to do is put some weather stripping along the back, because there's a lip. This is further down than the side. And according to the instructions, that's required. And down there is the weather stripping.
Gather round, you good time boys, listen to my song. May not know better, but I know you know right from wrong. Buy yourself a postcard so you can see the lights of town. Find yourself a country girl, keep quiet.
And there she be. So I am going to try and assemble it on the bed. I looked through the instructions. The way it was sold to me is that this thing can be taken apart and put together on the bed by a single person. So I know the instructions tell me to put it together upside down. And I am going to, one thing that makes me a little nervous, I'll show you. This stuff right here, that's the seal that goes on the bottom of the cap. And this thing is one solid piece. So that means I'm going to have to fit it and slice it on each individual piece. So what my concern is that it might leak. I mean, I've seen a lot of people that have used these things and taken them apart and put them back together on their bed for this very reason, so that they can have their bed quickly without having to have special equipment to lift their cap back off, etc., like that. So maybe famous last words or whatever you want to call it. I may regret this, in other words, but that's what I'm going to do, okay? I want to make sure that I can put this together and take it apart on the bed of my truck in case I ever need to put anything big in my bed and I need to take this thing apart. So wish me luck. Here we go. First things first, we're going to have to get this down here. If you see, come on, down here. We're going to have to get this seal on, and I'm going to put the back on for, or I guess it's the front of the truck, the back of the cap. We're going to get that on first. Basically, it's going to sit in place, leaned up carefully against the cab of my truck. And then what we're going to do is get the sides done. I'll put these seals on the sides, and I'll bring one side up and hook the hardware together, and bring the other side up, hook the hardware together, and then put the roof on. And I think that's going to be the best way to do it. It's probably going to be painful putting the roof on, have to kneel down under there. I might have to put my knee pads on because I'm kind of a wimp these days. Yeah, my body aches. So we'll see how that goes. But let's get that in, not you, the truck. Let's get that done first. All right, folks, I got the freaking thing done. Kind of kicked my butt a little bit, I'm a little bit irritated. Let me give you the good first. The good is it is a robust design, and I like the overall design. The bad is, well, let me show you. Sitting on my garage floor upside down. Yep, I had to build it like the instructions said, which tells me there is no way I'm going to be able to take that off in 5 pieces off the bed of my truck. Plus that dang seal that goes around, it doesn't stick worth beans, even with cleaning it with solvents and all kinds of stuff, with cleaning the metal, I mean. What have I learned from this? I learned I can't put that together or take it apart. Well, I could take it apart probably on the bed of my truck, but I couldn't put it together, and there's a reason for it. I fought with it and fought with it. I had my son help me, as you saw, and we just couldn't do it. We cannot assemble it on the bed of the truck. So now I'm gonna have to wait until I can get 3 helpers or more to lift that sucker onto the bed of my truck so I can finish this project. So let me show you some of the stuff that made it really hard and some of the issues I had. Right there, you see that little tab right there that goes into the side? Let me get a little closer. That tab right there, there's 6 of them. And you just cannot get those into the tiny little slots when it's sitting vertical or sitting the proper way up, right way up on the bed of the truck. Now, potentially, by the way, those bolts aren't torqued yet, so if you're wondering why those nuts are kind of look loose, it's because they are. I need to go through and torque them. Those nuts, there's a whole slew of nuts there, 5 of them, that hold that thing together. What the tab does, I'm not sure. If that tab was not there, pretty sure I could have put it together on the bed of my truck. And honestly, I thought about cutting them off, just cutting those tabs off, because I'm like 99% sure I could have got it on. The other thing is, there's a lot of hardware you got to mess with. Let me zoom up, move up a little bit. Those things, those were a bear to get together, okay? To get the holes to align, even though I followed the instructions, I had to bend and twist and pound. And I finally got all those suckers in, but man, that kicked my derriere. Overall, I mean, I do like the design. It looks very robust. I like the look. I'll just like the look better when it's actually on my truck and not on the floor of my garage. Well, I honestly hope you got something out of this. I know I did. I'm not trying that again. You're probably wondering why I didn't have maybe a professional installer to do it. Well, because I want to learn and I want to do the work on my truck. But also, I looked for an installer when I went to purchase this SmartCap, and they recommended if you didn't want to mess with it, having a professional installer do it. I couldn't find one in my area anywhere close. So that means, well, that means I do it myself, and that's okay. I don't know what I'm going to do about those seals. I'm going to have to find something to stick them down because they don't stick. And unfortunately, I had to hack them up a little bit, as you probably saw, to try and make the corners and get it to stay down, but it still didn't work. I'm kind of disappointed in that. I'm afraid it's going to leak, let dust in, but I'll figure it out. If I have to, well, I'll just buy another seal in the future and put a new seal on. But yeah, whatever the adhesive is on the back side of that thing, this thing right here, this adhesive here, ain't very sticky at all. I mean, not at all. So, all right, well, that wraps it up for today. I will show you a picture, or I'll do a video once it's fully installed and show you all the features. I might include it with this video, or I may wait and do a separate video. So until then, wish you all the best. Stay safe.